Nigel Farage once again, the man who for years has been the face of Britain's populist right. He built a career on being the ultimate political outsider, the man who spoke for the forgotten, the man who was so right-wing that he was considered beyond the pale of mainstream politics. But now, something truly incredible is happening. There is a new political movement on the scene, and it's so far to the right that even Nigel Farage is starting to look, moderate. And this is where we are in British politics in 2025. A movement has emerged that is too right-wing for Nigel Farage. And as a non-British observer who watched the whole Brexit mess unfold and thought it was a terrible idea from the start, this latest development feels like a fever dream. It's like watching a train that you knew was going to crash, and now you're seeing the wreckage spawn a whole new, even faster train. And the movement is called Restore Britain, and it's led by Rupert Lowe, a former Reform UK MP who had spectacular falling out with Farage. Restore Britain isn't a political party, but a movement that wants to drag the entire British political conversation further to the right. And they are doing it with policies that make Farage's proposals look almost timid. Take immigration, for example. Immigration has always been a key issue for Farage, a central pillar of his political identity. But Restore Britain goes even further. They are advocating for the deportation of all illegal migrants, a policy that Farage himself has called a political impossibility. Restore Britain also wants to restore Christian principles, carpet bomb the cancer of wokery, and reintroduce capital punishment. Their platform is a wish list of hardline right-wing ideas, many of which would have been considered one being on the extreme fringes of British politics just a few years ago. And the irony here is delicious. Farage spent his entire career pushing the boundaries of what was acceptable in public discourse. And he successfully normalized ideas that were once considered radical. He's the one who made it okay for mainstream politicians to talk about things like a points-based immigration system and taking back control of borders. He was the one who, by his very presence, shifted the entire political center of gravity in Britain. But now, he's having his own medicine shoved down his throat. He's being outflanked on the right by a man who he himself helped bring into Parliament. And what is Farage doing in response? He's trying to win over disillusioned Labour voters, which means he has to tilt some of his policies, and to a place where you never would have expected him, to the left. Yeah, you heard that right. The man who was once the boogeyman of the left is now moderating his stance on things like nationalizing key industries and social security payments to attract a broader electorate. He's trying to become a mainstream politician, and in doing so, he's creating a vacuum on the far right that someone else is more than happy to fill. And this is what happens when you build your career on radical populism. You open a door you can't close. Why do I think about Disney at the moment? You might tell me. But you unleash forces you cannot control. And Farage's success has created a space for even more radical ideas to take hold, and Restore Britain is a direct product of that. So this isn't just a simple political squabble between two egos, it's a symptom of a much deeper problem in the UK. The discourse has been so polarized, so poisoned by the aftermath of Brexit, that it's no longer surprising to hear a political movement call for things like the reintroduction of the death penalty or mass deportations. This is the legacy of Brexit. It wasn't just about leaving the EU, it was about tearing up the rule book of British politics. And now, with the old rules gone, we are seeing just how far some people are willing to push it. It's a fight for the soul of the British right, and Farage, the one who started this revolution, is now finding himself in the crosshairs of a counter-revolution. It's a battle to see who can be the most extreme. And as an outsider looking in, It's a terrifying sight to behold. But what do you think? Is this a natural progression of populist politics or a dangerous new chapter for Britain? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to like, subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time on Outside Views.